Ehsan had a comedy question that we were just curious. We could
Sure.
just ask you before you go. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, we were thinking, I just want to get your opinion on like, and I kind of heard you joke about it a little bit. I'm going to find it right here. But like, what do you think like this AI is going to do for comedy? Is this something that's going to help us or hurt us?
Yes.
I think you got to use it. Like ChatGPT is very good for comedy because you go like, oh, I'm trying to compare shoes and my grandma, and you go, what do shoes and grandmas have in common? It'll just pump out a list. So you can use it to like come up with bit help.
Have
you know?
you've done it?
I've done it. I don't have ChatGPT, but every time I'm with someone who does, I'm like, let me try something. Because I'm working on like a school shooter / WNBA joke. What does school shooter and WNBA have in common? You know, both make people sad or whatever. But you know, it helps with that.
I wouldn't shots.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to witness either one.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Okay.
This is already funny. I get what you're saying.
Both more numbers from men. You know? Sorry, Val. All right. So that way it's good. And another way it'll help us is it can't go dirty. Like you try to get ChatGPT to go racial or gay or trans jokes, they won't touch it.
Right.
So we can still own that. It won't go
Interesting.
offensive because they're too scared to be like, unprogressive.
Whoa.
So they won't do a trans joke. So we can just be the people who write those. But the problem is it keeps getting better and better. Like you can put in tell a Mark Norman style joke and it actually will. And it's like not a great joke, but it kind of gets some of the essence of you. And that scares me.
Yeah, I actually did that.
Oh,
and I wanted to know if you would read. It's just I wrote, just write a joke about cars in the style of Mark Norman.
Okay.
And I'm curious to see what that sounds
And I
like
don't
when
know
you
if I'm
say
curious
it.
if I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I like it.
All right, here we go. You ever notice how cars are like relationships? You start with that new car smell, everything's shiny, and you're driving around like a rock star. But give it a few years, and suddenly you're arguing about whose turn it is to fill up the tank, and there's that weird noise that just won't go away. Just like relationships, sometimes you look at your car and think, maybe I should trade for a newer model.
You're getting into it.
Yeah.
You can hear it in your voice.
But then you remember the hefty down payment and you realize you're stuck in a long-term lease with your four-wheeled partner in crime.
That doesn't sound like you.
But hey, at least with a car, you can upgrade the GPS without getting into a heated debate about directions. All right. So there is joke writing in there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not great yet. That's not super funny, but like
No.
it's going to get better. Give it 5 more years.
Right, and
Yeah.
I would say there was probably like 1 or 2 lines that you really said in your voice. I was like, oh, that kind of nailed
heard
that.
I did
I hear it. I heard it.
It wasn't like all the way like, oh, wow,
Which
because there
line?
was a
Let me
line
find it
that you
again.
made us all laugh where it was
Right.
like, damn, that does kind of,
Well,
nothing
No,
that's
I
something
know
to say,
what
but
you
just
mean.
like, oh, why, it's at least tapped into Mark Norman.
Yeah,
Yes,
'cause
Some
I-
form of Mark
exactly.
Norman. you know?
I saw it in your face too. You're like, oh, I can sell this.
Yeah.
You went from reading
Yeah.
it to being like, I can sell this line.
Right, right.
Whereas I think if it
It's-
had been like a
there's
joke for
that-
Chappelle, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's that there's a weird noise that just won't go away.
Right.
That line
That
was like,
line.
that's a very.
The way
that's
you said it,
the
I was
way you
like,
said it
damn,
was
that
like,
was the way
that
you-
was you.
But I don't even know if I get it. But
Right.
I can still try to say it like me.
Yes.
Like what is that? No one's ever like, oh, this relationship sucks. This is a weird
Weird
noise that won't go away. Like no one's ever said that. So it's not a great A to B.
No, it's not. It was A to D. In my mind, I was like, oh, okay, I guess she talks too much. That's the sort of angle that I think the ChatGPT went for there.
That makes sense.
That kind of is
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
See, I would go check engine light. Because just like a woman, you're like, I know you're mad, but I don't know why. Yeah. See?
And that's why you'll never win fucking robots.
Yeah.
I do think though what you said when they do start cussing when the robot's like, bro, this nigga's this bitch got a fat. When a robot's like, this bitch got a fat pussy.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's over.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Now I'm laughing for real. I'm really like, oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the computer told you you had a fat pussy. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mark, thanks for coming. on.
Thank you for
Hey,
doing this.
thanks.
We
This was a
appreciate
blast. Thanks for having me.
Seriously, thank you so much. You're the best. Thank you guys so much. Go see him everywhere. He's Mark Norman. He's got a big dick.
Wait, I'm Kevin Hart.
Oh!
All right.